All right. Testing, testing, testing. Hopefully this will work. Testing out a lot of features today. Got my fishing pole, tackle box. I got my GoPro Hero 10 on, and I'm running off the mic, the DJI mic, which is attached to the transmitters attached to my shirt with a magnet under my mouth, and the receiver is attached to the GoPro on the media mod. I haven't been fishing lately. It's December 17th, and it's nice out. It's kind of windy, a little breeze. So it helps me play with my little fuzzy mic guard. See how that works today. I've got all these attachments on the media mod. It almost looks like I've got a major operation going on. Because I've got so many cords ran to it. But I'm trying out a lot of things. Basically, I've got every feature plugged in that you can have on it, all at one time. I haven't fished here lately. I rarely ever catch fish here. We'll see how lucky we get. I do pretty good with a jerk bait here, so I'm going to tie on a jerk bait. Let's use this green one here. Actually, let's go with this one. Put a polymer knot on. While I'm at it, I'm going to swap out this hook here. So if nothing else, I get a new knot on it. I'm going weightless. I'm tying my version of a worm hook knot. There's a video that shows how to do it. Go check that video out. It requires 3 hands, so that's why you see me coming off camera to put it in my mouth. All right. I'll go ahead and put a worm on here. Trick worm or a lizard or something. How about a green pumpkin trick worm with a little tail on it? I'm gonna go gonna go through the worm a little bit, come out, pull the whole thing down there. And I'm going to find where that goes through. I'm going to stick it all the way through. Come out the other side. And I'm going to go back in the worm to make it weedless. All right, so this is the setup I've got. I've got the DJI Mic receiver right here on my hot foot, or cold foot, or cold shoe, or whatever it's called. I've got a cable ran from it to the media mod on the GoPro. This is the media mod around the camera. I'm not using this mic or anything internal. I'm using the mic, the transmitter, this receiver transmitter deal. Here's the transmitter. It's got a little fuzzy thing on it for wind. Works great. So this is transmitting wireless to this thing. And this thing is on a cord running to the media mod, which is plugged into the camera inside of it. This cable runs to my back pocket, which has a power bank plugged into it to run my GoPro. All right, I never fish over here, so let's do some fishing. Let's start out with the jerkbait. It's December 17th, and it's actually 66 degrees right now, which, I mean, that's crazy. The other day it was, yesterday the high was in the 50s. It's gonna be 70 degrees today. Let's catch us a fish with this jerkbait. So far, no good. Let's throw a worm out a few times. Remember, this is weightless. It's a decent weight worm, so it's easier to cast. That tail adds a lot of weight to it. I'm gonna go stand in another spot. I'm just using one camera today. I started to bring a second one. But I decided against it last minute. I don't see any fish whatsoever. It is hot out here. I mean, it's hot. It's 66 on my watch. I don't know if that's right or not. I'm sitting in the sunshine. The breeze is gone right now. It's just hot. Feels great. December 17th. I'm gonna go over to the small lake, the part that feeds into the big lake. The place where I catch fish and put them in the big lake, put them out of their misery from being in this small, closed off section. I've got on my, well, I say coasters. I had to downgrade to Ray-Bans because my insurance didn't cover my Costas and I needed new ones. So now I've got on Ray-Bans that are built the same way as the Costa. Are they as good? No. They're not near as good, but they do a decent job. I can see completely underwater right here, which is my main thing, but they're prescription, so I need prescription sunglasses. Looks like they came through here. This used to be grass, now it's mulch. I've only caught a few fish in this side, but I've caught them and put them in the big lake. There used to be a bunch of trash right in here, like trees down. That's all gone. They tried to clean up a little bit. You can almost always find geese out in this area. Or ducks. That whole cast, I was just watching that herring. He's waiting on a minnow. Doesn't look like either one of us are having any luck today. I haven't really spoken a lot to be testing out a mic. But I'm also wanting to test how much wind it picks up when I'm not speaking. Hopefully none does lightly. Let's just go right here and then I'll call it quits. The water's really high. That's really high in that bridge there. I've been talking about him cleaning up. Look out through here where he's cleaning up. He's cutting down the sawgrass stuff and briars that used to be growing up in the off the bank at the bottom of the retaining wall, but it was so high you couldn't fish that whole area. You'd either have to start at the beginning near where his UTV is, or you'd have to go out to the end and fish out there, but he's cleaned it up so you can fish that whole retaining wall now. Cool. Well, this jerkbait is not doing anything for me today. Yep, thought I might throw it up in there, but I didn't. And I'm tangled up. Let's tie something on besides the jerkbait. A little square bill crankbait. I just slung that thing off of there. Look at that. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. Now I've got a major mess, but this right here could be a whole nother video, which I've already made the video. But this right here, on its own, can be its own video, if I can get this out. I don't know what happened, but I slung my lure off. I don't know where my lure went. And this is what I'm left with. This line is so old, needs to be replaced so bad, I might just give up on this one. This is pretty bad. I've never had many that I can't fix, but this is not looking good. All right, I'm giving up on this one. This is horrific. This may be the worst one ever. Well, this went from a day of fishing to restringing a rod. I've lost the lure. I have no earthly idea where the lure went. I have no idea. It probably went over the lake. All right, so how to restring a rod. This is a baitcaster, so I like the line to go straight in like it came off the reel. This reel. So I'm gonna go through this thing. And then I'm gonna go into the rod. I'm going to set this up so that it goes through one of those eyes. And comes out another eye. Like so. I'm going to tie what I put in the rod first to this tail. I can't hold my rod so you can see it. There we go. Tie a knot here. I'm going to cut off, oops. And I'm going to cut off this tail here. And whenever I get entangled, all right, now, to make this unreel straight off of here like it came, I'm going to put it back in the box. I'm just going to hold the box with my feet. See? I'm just going to put it on here. Whoops, I wasn't holding it. You're supposed to use the hole in the side, but I'm not doing that, am I? I don't usually fill it up. I'm going to call that enough. I don't know if you saw me. When I took this out of the box the first time, there was a little piece of tape right here. Put that back over your line to hold it on the reel. And cut your line. Put this back in the box. Now, I can finish putting this on the rod. Now I can tie my lure back on, or a new lure, because I don't know where the other one went. Well, the good news is we have fresh line on one of our rods. It's about the only good thing that's happened so far today. This thing looks like it swims at a foot or two. Let's look out here. We can get the most wind on us. We can possibly get here. I've never really fished right here much, if ever. My wife just texted me and told me one of my best friends is having surgery tomorrow, my fishing buddy. There's plenty of videos of us fishing together, you can check them out. Well, let's call it a day. See how my audio sounds. We didn't catch a fish. We restrung a rod, but we had fun. We got out of the office and away from the computer for a little while and enjoyed life on God's green earth. Please subscribe, check out my other videos, and we'll see you in the next one.